like many others, I have been searching for what is my purpose in life. I haven't arrived there yet, but I have built a few themes around my life, and everything I do, I try to follow these themes. And all of these issues happened to me. I never consciously chose it. As they say, the dots connect once you look backwards, and I never planned my life this way, but I feel very grateful to be working in these areas. These areas are, or these themes are, Save Blue, which is a water conservation campaign where we go around the city to fix any leaky faucets which waste a lot of water, and this has been recognized by the Jal Shakti Ministry as a Water Hero Award. Other one is So Green, which is about all the green activities, plantation, air pollution, climate change work that I do as the director of Earth Day Network. Then last is Share Joy, which is about everything that can help an individual and spread a smile. And Donate Red, which is about a blood donation campaign where we work on voluntary blood donation. So a lot of things changed for me in 2017 when I came across this Lancet Commission report which said that air quality kills more people around the world than tuberculosis, malaria and AIDS combined. That figure shook me, and that point of time everyone in the country had a perception that air quality is a problem of Delhi, NCR region. It's not probably as big as a problem in Kolkata, and there were no monitors in Kolkata which would tell you the real-time air quality data. So people were unaware about the air quality levels, and we didn't have real-time data. So what we did is that we all came together. We bought a few low-cost air quality monitors and started reporting this data through media and communications. That's when the government came back to us and said that these monitors are not reliable and these data are just to scare people and create a false perception. So we said the government, if we don't have, you don't trust our data, why don't you install regulatory monitors so that we know the truth of the air quality levels? And that's how we started this campaign, what we called Kolkata Clean Air. At the beginning only, we were sure that this fight is not against air pollution, but for clean air. It was supposed to be, it will always be a positive campaign where we involve people to realize that it's not a government's problem to address it, but it is all of us, because each one of us need to work together to make our city more sustainable and ensure clean air for everyone. The AQI, or the Air Quality Index, is a measure of how we report air quality. So if the air quality, AQI is 0 to 50, its AQI is good, 50 to 100 is satisfactory, 100 to 200 is moderate, and then poor, very poor, like that. So that's how we measure air quality. And for me, always the intersection between air quality and human health has been my biggest motivator. And that's what we realized, that people would care about their health more than they would ever understand the link between air quality and environment, which is a long shot for some people to understand. But everyone cares about their health, and that's when we started with engaging with doctors. So when doctors wearing their white coats would talk about how air quality affects human lives, it really made a difference, and people would get our attention to understand, yes, air quality is a significant issue. And that's when we started communicating with them some data which was available from previous reports, like Kolkata, 99% of the commercial vehicles are running on diesel. The private car ownership is increasing by 44%, and most of them are diesel cars. And then the LRTI, lowered respiratory tract infections, were about 47% of our population. This is a serious crisis going on in the city. So we started our work in 3 specific areas when we understood where we can build solutions. One was about mobility, where we talked about zero emission mobility, which is my vision for Kolkata to become India's first zero emission public transport city, where everything runs on electric, because we have the variety of transport. It's a compact city. We have the metros, we have the circular rail, we have the trams, we have the autos, we have the pool cabs and everything. We can move towards 100% electric mobility. We have a very high adoption of public transport. It's a compact city, so the average distance travel is about 5 to 7 kilometers is the most trips are. So it's a great opportunity for us to make Kolkata 100% zero emission mobility city. Then the waste, which is a very big problem in the city, we want to work on waste segregation and composting. Basics, it's still a work under process because a lot of burning of waste and fires in landfill leads to high air pollution levels, and then increasing the green cover, because green cover has been shrinking in the city. So we need to start working on greening the city by plantations, gardens, vertical gardenings, urban gardenings, and all of these things. So these are the areas, focused areas that we work under the Kolkata Clean Air project, and anyone can become a part of it. Wherever you are, you can become a part of it by joining a campaign, say as simple as report a polluter, where you, if you see any polluting activities, it could be a company, it could be a vehicle which is billowing a lot of smoke, you can report it to the right authorities and make each and other as citizens accountable, because that's an important responsibility for all citizens to work on this area to control and make our city air better. So it's about it. And talking about climate change, my understanding of climate change has taken a big shift when I attended this training by Climate Reality, which is an organization founded by former Vice President of US Nobel laureate Al Gore. And in this training, I understood how climate change is not just an environment thing, but it's a multifold crisis, and which is integrated to all aspects of our life. For example, it's a medical crisis because you know how tropical diseases are increasing because of rising temperature. The dengue season is increasing. Then there are heat strokes killing people. There are so many types of disasters. There is water crisis where a lot of parts of our people have to walk 15 kilometers just to fetch one bucket of water. The water quality is another problem which is giving rise to so many diseases, waterborne diseases. Then we have a food crisis because the rising temperature, food production is decreasing, and the nutrition value of this food is also decreasing. So it's a multifold crisis, and we have seen in the last few years how this has become a very strong youth movement, and youth have become at the forefront or forerunners of this movement with the likes of Greta Thunberg. And as a young individual, I believe this is a problem which we have not really contributed in building this problem. We have inherited this problem, and our generation is the first generation to face significant impacts of climate change, but we couldn't be the last generation who could do anything about it. And this 10 years window starting 2020 to 2030, this 10 years is very critical, because scientists have been warning us that any 5 years window during this time could lead us to a point where there is an irreversible damage and we can not fix that. So this is a very critical decade for climate action, and I'm very hopeful that I'm still optimistic that we all have all the solutions to fight climate change, and it is just we need each one of us to step in and contribute in our own way to make it a movement and make our planet more sustainable and be ensured, because this is an existential crisis and we do not have a planet B.
Climate strike in Vienna today. It's Friday the 25th, the day for a global climate strike. And as you can see, there's quite a large turnout here. There are banners, there's lots of things going around, posters, banners, everything. There are lots of people here, and there are lots of different kinds of people here. There are students, there are also grandmothers who have their own group and who are here protesting and asking everyone to act for the climate. The turnout here is really good, but at the same time, everybody is taking precautions as we should in this time. I also have a mask here, and everyone here is wearing a mask. not visible in the video, but trust me, we are taking as many precautions as possible. The point that I want to make here is that the time to act on climate is now. With the pandemic, there are also lots of climate disasters happening around the world. Maybe people saw fires in California and stuff like that. So it's very important that we pressure our leaders to start acting on climate now, make climate-friendly policies, stop climate, act for climate, and stop climate polluting industries and stuff like that and everything else. So here we are protesting.